A lot of less accomplished teams probably would have withered the way you dominated the start of the third, and then they scored a goal on the first shot. Just talk about the resolve that you guys showed to keep coming and take over the game.
Well,
Ultimately,
I actually thought we had a little sag after that move. I thought maybe for the next 2 or 3 shifts, we were back on our heels a little bit. But we righted the ship, and we got going. And again, it was one of those games where, especially in the latter half of the game, where we seemed to get a lot of chances and they just weren't going in. So I thought the guys stayed with it, stayed with the team with a lot of traffic, a lot of point blank opportunities, and finally one went in overtime.
what was your view of, at least it was a key play at the time, the double minor and ammo? It seemed like he lost an edge, and ammo kind of just ran.
Yeah, I had the luxury of watching on instant replay. I wasn't 100% sure when it happened. I didn't think it was a audio stick that caught him. I was pretty sure it was the Albany's player. And then obviously the instant replay confirms that. The referee doesn't have the ability to have that instant replay. My only concern was that the referee didn't see it. The linesman, in fact, called it. And I just think we need to be 100% sure when the linesman's stepping in to make that call.
Well, Mark, can you just talk about your decision in the second period on that 4-on-3 power play to go with 4 forwards, and that move obviously played off the next one?
That's kind of what we want to do, 4-on-3. It's a bit of a risk, but we think to have Chris and Alex on the point gives us an opportunity. It might hurt us defensively the odd time, but you got to capitalize on those opportunities. And it wasn't traditional. It wasn't like in zone play. It was off of a bit of a broken face-off, and a great play by Chris, Alex, and then get it to Gordon.
Mark, you seemed in the third period and overtime to conscientiously try and put as many shots on goal as possible, and maybe get a rebound, just like what we did.
Yeah, no, and I thought we did that well. I thought our D did a good job of getting things through, and I thought our forwards did a good job getting to those high traffic areas. I thought we got to a number of pucks that were second chance opportunities. We just failed to beat them until Kyle scored.
Mark, could you talk about setting the tone here? Obviously, this could be a very long, tough series. To be able to get an overtime win like this in the first game.
Well, I think it's big tonight just because of the quick turnover. It's the only time in the series that we'll play back to back, and momentum coming off an overtime win, especially when you got to play tomorrow at 5, I think is important, especially in game 1, especially for the home team, which we were. So I think for a lot of reasons it was an important first battle in what was going to be probably a long war.
Sometimes teams ease their way into a series. This thing seemed to go 0 to 60 at the snap of
No,
a finger.
I did. Yeah. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. It was, you're right. Probably the most intensity physically was probably earlier in the game than the later stages of the game, maybe because of what was on the line. But both teams, you want to establish, the pecking order. I guess both teams physically want to engage early. I thought we did a good job of that. I thought we answered the bell really well, and at the same time, I thought they did a good job getting the intensity rate up. And we forget we only played Bridgeport 2 times this year. We played Albany 8, which so there was a little bit more familiarity with our foe tonight.
Now, Will Peters was really good stopping 40-some shots. Newby made 2 great saves.
Yeah, and I think if you would ask him on the probably 2 of the goals for sure, you'd like to have them back. But again, what you like, and they used to say this with Grant Fuhr all the time, he'd let in 5 or 6, but when the game was on the line, he'd make the stop, and he did that twice for us. And that's a sign of a good goalie, and we're going to need that kind of performance from